By now, millions have seen the video, a few horrifying seconds that have ignited outrage across America. It was early Wednesday morning, January 7th, in Minneapolis, Minnesota. An immigration and customs enforcement operation was underway near East 34th Street and Portland Avenue, an area already tense from ongoing raids and protests. That's when 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good was shot, fatally, by an ICE agent. Federal authorities say the officer acted in self-defense during what they describe as a life-threatening encounter. But city leaders, state officials, and Good supporters say what happened was an unjustified killing. And then came the video, captured by a bystander. The footage shows the aftermath of the shooting. A medical professional, off-camera, identifies themselves as a physician and repeatedly offers to help Renee Good, who witnesses say was shot in the face. Again and again, the medic pleads to provide aid. The response from an ICE agent is chilling. "I don't care." The agent orders the doctor to back away, insisting ICE has its own medics, even as no medical help appears on the scene. A woman's voice rises in desperation, but she's told to relax. Instead, she explodes in grief and fury.
"Can I go check a pulse?"
"No! Back up! Now!"
"I'm a physician!"
"Hey, listen, we understand. We got EMS coming, and I get it. Just give us a second. We have medics on scene. We have our own medics."
Where are they? Where are they? How can I relax? You just killed my neighbor. You caught butter in the face. You killed my neighbor. How do you show up to work every day? How the do you do this every day? You're killing my neighbors. You're stealing my neighbors. What the
The video has left viewers shaken. Online, people call it the worst of the worst. One user said, "When I don't care becomes official policy, humanity is the casualty." Another added, "Not allowing a doctor in should be a prosecutable offense." But Renee Nicole Good was more than a viral video. She was a mother to a 6-year-old child, a wife, a poet, writer, and guitar player. Her mother, Donna Ganger, says Renee had taken care of people all her life. She was loving, forgiving, and affectionate, Ganger said. She was an amazing human being. Friends and neighbors describe her as pure sunshine, pure love. Why was she there? Details remain unclear. The Minneapolis City Council says Renee was out caring for her neighbors. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar described her as a legal observer, someone present to document law enforcement activity. Her mother insists she wasn't part of any protest and says her daughter was likely terrified. On Wednesday night, in freezing temperatures, nearly 1,000 people gathered at a vigil chanting for Good. City and state leaders offered condolences, calling her a cherished community member whose life was violently cut short. As investigations continue, one thing is undeniable. Renee Nicole Good's death has become a flashpoint, exposing a nation divided, grieving, and demanding answers.
A deadly confrontation between federal immigration agents and a civilian has ignited outrage, protests, and a political firestorm in Minneapolis. On Wednesday morning, an immigration and customs enforcement agent fatally shot a woman during a federal enforcement operation in the city's central neighborhood. The Department of Homeland Security confirmed the shooting, saying the agent acted after facing an immediate threat to life. According to DHS officials, ICE and Homeland Security investigations agents were conducting enforcement and fraud-related operations when their vehicle became stuck in snow due to severe weather conditions. As officers attempted to push the vehicle free, a woman in a nearby car allegedly drove toward them, attempting to ram or run over federal agents. DHS spokesperson Tricia McLaughlin said the officer fired defensive shots, describing the woman as part of a group of rioters. The woman, a U.S. citizen, later died from her injuries. Authorities have not released her name or the identity of the ICE officer involved. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem went further, labeling the incident an act of domestic terrorism, blaming what she described as escalating hostility toward federal agents fueled by sanctuary city policies and political rhetoric.
You asked about a shooting that we just had in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was an act of domestic terrorism. What happened, it was our ICE officers were out in an enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle, and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle. An officer of ours acted quickly and defensively shot to protect himself and the people around him. And my understanding is that she was hit and is deceased. We're continuing to gather more information, but this goes to show the assaults that our ICE officers and our law enforcement are under every single day. These vehicle rammings are domestic acts of terrorism. We're working with the Department of Justice to prosecute them as such. We will continue to protect our ICE officers and in cooperation with other law enforcement agencies as well.
But local officials paint a starkly different picture. Minneapolis City Council member Jason Chavez said the woman was an observer who was watching out for our immigrant neighbors. Mayor Jacob Frey condemned the federal presence outright, calling it chaos and demanding that ICE leave the city immediately. "We stand rock solid with our immigrant and refugee communities," Frey said, arguing that federal immigration enforcement is making Minneapolis less safe, not more.
There's a lot of information that is swirling around right now, and we collectively are going to do everything possible to get to the bottom of this, to get justice, and to make sure that there is an investigation that is conducted in full. But what we do know is that a 37-year-old woman is dead and that she was shot by ICE. They are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit. There's little I can say, again, that'll make this situation better, but I do have a message for our community, for our city, and I have a message for ICE. To ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis. They want us to respond in a way that creates a military occupation in our city. They want an excuse to come in and show the kind of force that will create more chaos and more despair.
The preliminary information that we have indicates that this woman was in her vehicle and was blocking the roadway on Portland Avenue, midway between 33rd Street and 34th Street in the city. At some point, a federal law enforcement officer approached her on foot, and the vehicle began to drive off. At least 2 shots were fired. The vehicle then crashed on the side of the roadway.
After news of the shocking incident, Omar said, "ICE must stop terrorizing our communities and leave our city." Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said his office is gathering information and urged residents to remain calm, but calm was in short supply. Protesters quickly gathered at the scene, shouting at federal agents, throwing snowballs, and in some cases being pepper sprayed by law enforcement. The Minneapolis Police Department confirmed the area remains an active crime scene. Videos circulating on social media, though not independently verified, appear to show a burgundy SUV, federal vehicles approaching, and an agent firing through the driver's window before the car crashes into a nearby pole. The incident comes amid a massive surge in federal enforcement in the Twin Cities. As per ABC News, up to 2,000 ICE and HSI agents could be deployed to the Minneapolis area, with a focus on immigration enforcement and alleged fraud involving Somali-run child care centers. Secretary Noem herself was on the ground in Minneapolis just 1 day earlier. As investigations continue, Minneapolis finds itself at the center of a national debate over immigration enforcement, protest, and the deadly consequences when federal power collides with local resistance.